Hello, technical difficulties. Be right back. Okay, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry I kept you waiting. I have certain difficulties operating a computer with just one arm, even though I'm right-handed. It's I have to have my mouse and the stream deck, etc. Everything on my right hand or arm, whatever you want to call it. Oh, we have people in the chat. Let me just take. I need to change. For the viewer counter, I'm so sorry. I need to get the. Sorry, not that one. That one. There we go. Who do we have in the chat? Jens has been there to say ahoy ahoy, and Sableackle. Hello. Purple. Greetings, sensitive beings. You have to listen while getting dinner. Sableackle. Is that the correct way to pronounce that name? Please tell me. Is it Sableackle? If not, my apologies. Didn't know it was going to be a block of Parmigiano Reggiano, but it's a bit salty. Yeah, beer. Yeah. Yeah, cheese and bread. What could go wrong? Having some pasta, noodles, ramen, sable eagle. Okay, as in Schwarzer Adler. Okay. Shortened to 9 characters, which was the username limit back in '93. Handy. Here in the studio with me are, of course, my little hedgehog in the can, Stefan. Let's have him there. And we have, this Bertil. Bertil is a Moomin ancestor. And of course, I have this little lamb that I got from Jens last year when we met. When myself and my partner Katya, who's there in the background, came to Berlin, and back there we met Jens. And my apologies, I've had surgery 2 weeks ago, and I still have my arm wrapped up, so that's why I had to operate. That's why I had to have you waiting for a moment. It takes surprisingly long to do normal operations that are meant to be done with 2 arms or 2 hands. When you don't have that, that's too bad. And actually, I drink from a Moomin cup. That's Moomin Troll, and I have no idea what the other character, Snorfröken. It's in Swedish. Excuse me. yes, Snork Maiden is, or Snork Maiden is the other character in English. And if you haven't already, please go leave me a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already for some reason. Um, and also check the links in the description box down below. Also, there is the existence of my Patreon. Patreon.com/HadesCorner or Heides Corner, depending on. It's in the description, as well as PayPal link. And a very big thank you to Flems for being my patron. Flems has been my patron from, yes, the very beginning of my Patreon endeavor. And also, Triggered Limey was generous with PayPal. Thank you, Limey. Anyway, so next Friday there will be no stream next week because my Monday show is the Debunk Monday. It's on hold for now because mostly because I've been really tired because I had my shoulder operated and I've been really tired because of that, and I decided to put it on hold for now until I'm full bang on it. So next week, Friday, there will not be a Friday show either, because I will be going to Tallinn, Estonia, with Katja, and Bertil will go with us. We'll be there over Easter, and we'll be back on Monday the 10th. So I have no idea what will happen the week after that. I will probably make a pre-recorded video for the week. For the week after, because the next week, the week after Easter week, in 2 weeks, from now, I have a night shift to go to. I'm returning back to work after Easter, so believe it or not, I'll be going back to work on the Tuesday after Easter, so night shifts, so that will prove difficult to accommodate with my streaming schedule. But probably I'll make a recorded episode for you for that Friday. I'm not sure yet. That it remains to be seen. To the actual topic here. This is from LGBTQnation.com. There was there is this trans and non-binary teacher in Orange County, California. That we'll call Flint in this setting. We'll call them Flint. They had a collection of I believe at least 200 books about different LGBTQ plus topics. And this teacher Flint was making TikTok videos about these, Flint is a high school English and film teacher. Um, so Flint was making TikTok videos about their queer library, if you want to call it that. Um, and that was covered by they will this was covered by Fox News in several, I think it was at least two or three articles at least. Um, Sable Eagle said, I went to Tallinn a few years ago, liked it. If you visit the old submarine museum, one, let people out rather than making them wait inside while endless visitors pour in, and mind your head. Okay. I we might we might go there, might not. I've been to Tallinn several times. It's easy to go from where I live. It's I live in Finland, so it's quite easy just to go over the. It's 80 kilometers by the ferry. So anyway, these Fox News articles dead named were dead naming, etc. Let's go. Okay, so they Fox News repeatedly covered the story, uh, and we all know what kind of people watch Fox News. Hmm? The far right, the Republicans, the religious right watch the Fox News, watch and read Fox News. So we know, knowing Fox News's consumer base, we know what kind of people um, we are talking about here when it comes to death threats uh, and stuff. So um, the Fox News consumers were sending death and bombing threats against the teacher, their co-workers, their school, and the school district at large. Uh, Daily Dot was the first one to cover this on the liberal side of things. Um, what was outed as queer? Well, you don't typically you don't do you don't do that. You don't out people. Um, do whatever you do, do not out anyone unless that person has specifically told you it's okay to tell others that I'm queer, etc. I'm okay with people knowing I'm queer, but some may not. So, okay. This teacher Flint was posting TikTok videos featuring their personally curated quote unquote queer library that I mentioned, with about 200 inclusive books, and it wasn't used on a day-to-day basis um, as a part of the curriculum, but obviously it's not. You don't, for example, when you go to English lessons, you don't read. You don't just take a book out of the shelf and read it during the lesson. You do all kinds of stuff besides just reading. But it was made accessible over the past 5 years to juniors and seniors involved in the extracurricular students alliance. And I should also mention uh, the reason why this book thing is so um, such pro- not problematic, but a touchy subject, if you will. It's really really touchy in the states because in many states uh the I talk I've talked about this many times on my channel here, but in some states increasingly at large, uh, the school districts and the individual states have deemed it to be a good idea to start banning books. Um, what this, for example, don't say gay bill uh, uh, has the books aren't covered by the Second Amendment, as in the Second Amendment being about freedom of speech. I think Second Amendment. What is the Second Amendment about? Let's see. Second Amendment. Uh, it's about gun control. So it's about gun control. Uh, Second Constitution annotated. Second Amendment explained. Second Amendment: a well regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. So basically, Second Amendment has to do with government regulated militia and gun control. So what does that have to do with books? I think you might be talking about um, mm, First Amendment, freedom of speech. I could be mistaken, but let's go on. Um, where do I have it? There. Um, Fox News wrote that one of the books, Juliet Takes a Breath. I think I have heard about that book, but I haven't read it myself. Contains extremely graphic imagery of sex between women. Well, dear Fox News, might I ask, why is that a problem? I mean, there are, I'm sure there are plenty of books that describe quite, shall we say, graphic imagery, extremely graphic imagery of sex between men and women. And yes, I'm talking about plural. And how about the Bible? If you're if you want to ban a book just because, for example, Juliet Takes a Breath, if you want to ban said book based on the fact that it contains extremely graphic imagery of sex between women, if that is your um, yeah, that's what if graphic imagery of sex between men or women or two men is a problem for a Christian, they have never read their Bible. it's because the Bible is full of genocide, incest, uh, necromancy, uh, slavery, etc. It's and really horrible violence, killing your own son to prove your faith to your to Yahweh. If that is not gra- if that is not too graphic for a child to read, I don't know what is. And a certain other, perhaps certain other religious documents maybe might may or may not be too graphic for children, but that's another discussion, and I will not go into that today or ever. And everything you ever wanted to know about being trans discusses BDSM, fetishes, and a kink social media networking site called FetLife. Another book, This Book is Gay, mentions uh, sex toys, anal sex, bathhouses, orgies, and other sexual topics. Uh, for those who do not know, bathhouses have a reference to uh, gathering places for homo- for men who have sex with men to hook up and maybe get a room kind of thing. Uh, and the teacher at Flint admitted that they hadn't personally read every page of every book in the collection. Well, I'm not. I mean, seriously, do you have to? Has has if you have a library with say 10 librarians or even 5 librarians, do you expect them to read every single book, every single page of every single book in the entire library? I wouldn't. If I were the boss of said library, I wouldn't be surprised if most of the people working there hadn't read even had maybe had read maybe barely a half of the books there in the book depository. Um, yeah, that was in September 2020. Two, and Faulkner meant the book's removal. Yes, the 4 books were removed, and conveniently, Fox News never mentioned that any of the books had been um, removed from this teacher's library. Why am I not surprised that they didn't mention it? But okay, let's go on. Um, someone when in back in September 2022, of just after the Fox News article sparked one of their readers to call the school and threatened to burn it while the kids were inside. That same day, Vince also received messages from 4 different emails calling them a groomer and calling their library nothing short of child abuse. If they think that religion and reading the Bible is nothing short of a and reading the Bible to their children or making your children, maybe children as young as 10 years old or under, as soon as your kids learn to read, you make them read the Bible themselves. How? how do you think it's not that is not child abuse? Knowing the parents knowing full well most of what's going on in the Bible. So the Fox News then published four um, follow-up articles, and that's if that's not targeting, if you say that's not targeting, uh, then what is? Okay, by one Hannah Grossman, which the articles then the four follow-up articles then uh, recounted what the sexual contents of and barely making. Yeah, they just yeah apparently yeah. So the problem I have with this is they wrote another four articles, and I actually read where the fuck is the article now? There, and it's quite lengthy. It's not. It's quite lengthy actually. It's quite lengthy, and there is an interview with Oklahoma Education Secretary, uh, a guy named Ryan Walters, whining about how the left is using social engineering against kids, and they're banging on a about books that mention said kink and BDSM, what is sexual liberation, and in a way it is. Uh, and then there are, as I said, four follow-up articles. Um, and I honestly, I don't want to go there. It just makes me uncomfortable. I mean, go. What makes me uncomfortable? Reading Fox News articles. I read the one. I read, I read one of those, and that was one. That was enough. Uh, the first one is titled "California High School Teacher Boasts Queer Library with Material on Orgies and BDSM slash kink." Uh, so it's I'll take it on the online route, stream browser anyway. So, oops. Why? Sorry. So that wasn't actually the. Okay. Anyway, why is it they? I mean, sure. My This is like the 1960s Finland. There's horrible. I mean, horrible uh, rhetoric from the. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, the uh, emails. Uh, there's been a Zamina Tamaro uh, emailed the bomb threats, accused the school administrators of being quote unquote child abusers and tolerating quote sexually deviant and degenerate behavior from its staff, end quote. So we all know what kind of people send these emails. We threat the person that threatened to kill to burn down the school with the kids inside is the one who's trying to protect those children from these books. So, trying to protect the children from you know whatever, and yet they are this person is willing to lock the doors and torch it up. So that doesn't add up. Hugely traumatic, Flinters said, and they continue. I'd never been the focus of any kind of national attention, especially national attention that was homophobic, referencing the Fox News coverage, the five articles in total. Um, the school districts gladly then support announce that they support um, the LGBTQ plus community and denounce all hate, violence, and rhetoric that has been perpetuated in national media. Um, yeah. So this is something that I don't understand. This is just incomprehensible to me. I will probably I'll probably uh post this in the description box after this stream. I will post the LGBTQ Nation article. Um, I am really, really horrified about this. Obviously, this sort of behavior is not from the Fox News uh, audience is detestable. Uh, yeah, it says Americans always on about their right to own guns, but books are evil. Some only read the Bible, obviously. Um, yeah, because if you read any other book other than the Bible, um, it leads you away from God if you read anything else than the Holy Scripture. So why would you care about anything else? Because it leads you away from God. So, do you have anything interesting? Mm. I've had a few new subscribers, which is always nice. Um, let's let's put the article there right now. There. If you refresh the stream page, you'll find that there is a link to these. There's LGBTQNation.com article that I just went through. Uh, at this point, do you have any questions, commentary on this topic? Please let me know. And also, um, later on, I already have in something special planned for there's a special files pre-recorded video coming up. Um, just letting you know in advance. I will not disclose when that is and what that is about, and there will be towards the end of April. Uh, May towards the end of April, possibly in the very early May, there will be some collaboration in the air, going public at some point in probably around last week of May. Sorry, April, and then special stuff coming later on after that. But I am not at liberty to discuss any further due to a number of reasons. But there will be special stuff, very special. I've been really looking forward to it for a very long time. Okay. Yes. So I have interesting plans coming up, and there will be something perhaps special files, recordings, or I'll probably pile up some pictures and videos that I um, film and take in Tallinn. We'll be there for 3 nights, so it's. I think we'll leave on Friday. One, two. Yeah, I think we'll leave on Friday and then come back on Monday. Next week, Friday, we'll leave and then come back Friday 10th. That may as well be the special files for the following Friday then. I don't know. We'll see. Um, no promises. Okay. Do I have any special there are a few. There's been a few, for example, Sable Eagle. What was it? Sable Eagle. Yes, Sable Eagle. Probably has probably never seen this.
Help! Let me out! Out! I want out! Now!
I really like showing off that one. Um, and being as immature as I am, I'm gonna show this. So, clitoris in the Philippines. the mountain peak. As immature as I am, is there anything? Okay. Arnold Schwarzenegger was no. Um, Bank of Slack Dyke. Hmm. I don't get the reference, but yeah. Arnold Schwarzenegger voice. It's just the voice mod from a fellow YouTuber, Mr. 42. Lovely chap. I really like him. I haven't heard of him in a while, but yeah. Let's see. Do you have any? Oh, has there been? Is there still? Uh, oh yes. Please. It is a stream. Flows past the pub I used to haunt. Okay. Lovely. Anyhow, I think it's my time to go for now. It's been it's been a while. Uh, since it's been 46 minutes now since I went live. Again, thank you very much for joining me. This is Stefan and Backfield and that one there. Okay, I will see you next time. Until then, bye bye.